At first glance, some sights may chill you to the bone, yet they often conceal some of the most stunning and mesmerizing spots on the globe. If pure eeriness is what you seek, you're in luck. There are destinations that cater specifically to those cravings. Ever heard of churches constructed from human bones? From the depths of Brazil to the far reaches of Japan, here are some of the most spine-tingling places you can find. Snake Island, Brazil. About 90 miles from São Paulo lies Ilha de Queimada Grande, better known as Snake Island, one of the deadliest places on Earth. This island got its name because it's teeming with golden lancehead vipers. Some reports say there's anywhere from 1 to 5 snakes per square meter. Around 11,000 years ago, rising sea levels cut off the island from mainland Brazil, forcing the snakes to evolve in terrifying ways to survive their new environment. With no ground prey available, the snakes adapted to hunt birds from the treetops, striking mid-air. Since they couldn't afford to wait for their venom to take effect, it became 5 times more potent than that of their mainland relatives, instantly killing their prey and capable of dissolving human flesh. Due to the extreme danger, the Brazilian government has forbidden anyone from visiting the island, not that you'd want to go there anyway. Gomantong Caves, Malaysia. The Gomantong Caves in Malaysia stand as geological marvels, their limestone walls soaring up to 300 feet high in certain areas. However, many visitors depart the site with tales of it being among the most repulsive wildlife encounters they've ever endured. Let's start with the basics. Gomantong houses over 2 million bats, resulting in a nauseatingly thick layer of guano, or bat droppings, coating the ground. And don't even consider slipping. The handrails are just as grimy as the floor. Should you brave the river of bat waste, you'll soon find yourself amidst millions of Malaysian cockroaches scuttling about. Where there's guano, there are roaches, meaning they're practically everywhere. Beyond the stench of bat excrement and the sensation of cockroaches creeping up your legs, you may encounter an array of other delightful creatures, including snakes, scorpions, freshwater crabs, and the dreaded giant Scutigera centipedes, venomous beasts measuring at least 3 inches in length. Hill of Crosses, Lithuania. Since the 14th century, people have been placing crosses on a hill in northern Lithuania. Initially, these crosses symbolized a yearning for Lithuanian independence during medieval times. After a peasant uprising in 1831, they became memorials for fallen rebels. The site turned into a beacon of resistance once more during the Soviet occupation from 1944 to 1991. Despite being bulldozed 3 times by the Soviets, locals continually rebuilt the hill. Today, over 100,000 crosses stand there, rattling together in the wind like ghostly chimes. Centralia, Pennsylvania. From the late 1800s to the 1960s, Centralia was a bustling town in Pennsylvania, thriving on its coal mines. But everything changed in 1962 when a mysterious fire ignited in one of the mines, spreading through the underground tunnels. The townsfolk knew about the fire, but the real fear set in years later. In 1979, a gas station owner discovered his underground tanks were dangerously hot, and in 1981, a young boy narrowly escaped falling into a 150-foot deep sinkhole that suddenly opened in his backyard. These chilling incidents led to a mass exodus, leaving Centralia nearly abandoned. Now, if you wander through this ghost town, you'll encounter demolished buildings, broken sidewalks, and the cracked, graffiti-covered Route 61. Occasionally, smoke still seeps from the ground, a reminder of the subterranean inferno that scientists predict will burn for another 250 years. North Yungas Road, Bolivia. The journey from La Paz to Coroico in Bolivia is one of pure peril. The North Yungas Road winds dangerously through the Amazon rainforest at an altitude exceeding 15,000 feet. with its terrifying height, narrow 12-foot-wide single lane, absence of guardrails, and frequent rain and fog obscuring visibility, it's no wonder this 50-mile stretch is infamously known as the Death Road. In the past, this treacherous road claimed 200 to 300 lives annually. Today, it has shifted from a deadly route for vehicles to a daring challenge for mountain bikers seeking thrills. Beelitz-Heilstätten Hospital, Germany. If this old German hospital sends shivers down your spine, it's because it should. The Beelitz-Heilstätten complex, located about 50 minutes south of Berlin, operated as a tuberculosis sanatorium between 1898 and 1930. During World War I, it treated mustard gas and machine gun victims, including a young Adolf Hitler who had been wounded in the leg. Later, it became a major treatment center for Nazi soldiers in World War II and served as a Soviet military hospital from 1945 until the Berlin Wall fell. Today, a few of its wards are still in use for neurological rehabilitation, but most of the complex stands abandoned. Mount Huashan, China. It's nearly impossible to read about Mount Huashan without encountering claims of it being the most dangerous hike in the world. This spot in central China is famous for its plank walk, a precarious 12-inch wide wooden path clinging to the mountain's side, thousands of feet above the ground. Daring adventurers edge along the narrow pathway, gripping loose metal chains and watching for missing or broken planks. While some find the treacherous journey worth it for the bragging rights and stunning temples and views at the top, others prefer the safety of a 10-minute cable car ride to reach the summit. The choice is yours. Kawah Ijen Volcano, Indonesia. The Kawah Ijen volcano in Indonesia is both terrifying and mesmerizing. This peak in Java emits sulfuric gases that reach over 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, igniting as they escape through cracks and meet the air. Truly terrifying. These gases sometimes turn into liquid sulfur, glowing an eerie blue and flowing down the volcano like alien lava. Spectacular and surreal. The ethereal blue flames can only be seen at night, but the sulfur burns continuously, filling the air with sulfur dioxide. The nearby crater lake, saturated with hydrochloric acid, has turned a ghostly green, adding to the sinister atmosphere. Clown Motel, Nevada. Among the many haunted hotels in the world, the title of creepiest accommodations undoubtedly belongs to the Clown Motel in Tonopah, Nevada. Created by Las Vegas chef Vijay Mehar, this aptly named motel is impossible to overlook with its polka dot facade, brightly colored doors, and towering 19-foot clown cutouts flanking the property, situated right next to a cemetery. Aokigahara Forest, Japan. This serene forest, nestled at the foot of Mount Fuji, hides a dark and troubled past. Known as Suicide Forest, Aokigahara ranks as the world's second most common suicide site after the Golden Gate Bridge. In 2010 alone, 247 individuals attempted to end their lives here. Some attribute this grim trend to the forest's connection with demons in Japanese folklore. That's all for today. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more.